Namaste and hello everyone. My name is Shivika and I am the founder CEO of AVIKA Limited. Through AVI, I help international students navigate life within the UK. Without further ado, let's get into the video. One of the most frequently asked questions on the YouTube channel and the Instagram page and the TikTok channel has been how to apply to UK companies for Tier 2 sponsorship. Whilst in a previous video, I have covered what is the skilled worker visa or the Tier 2 sponsorship, how to apply for it, what to do, what documents do you need, which companies can sponsor you. I guess there was always this gap in that video which needs to be filled. And through this video, we'll be filling in that gap. This video will talk about how you can, as an individual applicant, apply for skilled worker visa. What are the steps? What do you need? How to start? Where to start? And what really is needed when you do apply for the skilled worker visa. So let's get into the video. Stay tuned till the end because I will be sharing a lot of important details within the video. So do not miss out on anything. Although I will be adding everything in the caption, all the important links that you will be needing in order to apply for skilled worker visa. To start with, let's do a very quick recap about what is the skilled worker visa or the Tier 2 visa. When you come to the UK, or if you're applying from outside of the UK, if you want to work in the UK, there is a visa. This visa, in simple words, is called the skilled worker visa. After applying for this visa, you can work in the UK. You can bring in family. You can do different kinds of jobs that you're eligible for on the visa, and basically after 5 years you can apply for indefinite leave to remain, which is you can be in the UK without a visa sponsorship and be a resident in the country. So in simple words, skilled worker visa is the work visa that you need if you want to move to the UK on a work permit. While I have put it very simply for you that it is, please don't mind the noise. It's really hot in here and my window is open and I live right off the road, and welcome to England. There are no ACs. So yeah, just excuse that. Well, coming back to the video, when I talk about the skilled worker visa and the endorsement from the companies that you need, it starts there actually. So when you say you want to apply for the skilled worker visa, or how should I apply for the skilled worker visa, the first step to that is a certificate of sponsorship, that is COS, or the certificate of sponsorship. This particular document is the most important document that you need in order to give your application to the Home Office in the UK to be eligible to work in the UK, right? And where does this start actually? It actually starts by applying to jobs. Which jobs? These are jobs, and these are jobs within companies that do have the license. So the UK government gives license, or the companies applies for these license to issue sponsorships to applicants who want to work in the UK. And once this license is issued, as a company, I am eligible to offer you sponsorship to work in the UK. So first things first, if you are deciding to come and work in the UK, if you're planning to apply for the Tier 2 sponsorship whilst you are in the UK, certificate of sponsorship is what you need. It is the endorsement document that the company you apply to will give to you. So the first step to applying for a certificate of sponsorship is to find a job. Very simple. You need to find yourself a job. You need to find yourself an employer who can employ you and give you that certificate of sponsorship. So it's very basic, like finding a job anywhere else in any other country. When you find a job, you need to have an up-to-date CV, a personal statement that you need to send with your application. And thirdly, it's very important to keep a cover letter with your application. Now keep in mind there are thousands of people who want to live in the UK, work in the UK, and are applying for these jobs through various means. So in order to apply for a job, it's important that all your documentation is in place. So when it comes to finding a job, there are different websites where you can find a job. A little thing to keep in mind is do not just randomly apply to jobs. It's important to know that you are only applying to jobs and companies that are listed on the register of sponsored license. This basically has the list of companies that have been given the license to sponsor people. So when you go on this website, I will leave the link in the caption below, but when you go onto this website and apply and see the companies, You need to pick companies and industries that you want to apply in. Go to their website, see if they have a job listing on the website, on other various websites like Indeed, Reed, LinkedIn, Total Jobs, graduate schemes. So these are some of the websites, and don't worry, I'm going to list all these websites in the caption below. But you need to see that the companies that you're applying to do have the license for these jobs to sponsor you, and then you start applying. And like I said before, to apply for any job, you need to have an up-to-date CV, a personal statement, a cover letter. Keep these things very handy because when you apply, you will need these instantly, right? So now that you've applied for the job, all done. You've submitted your CV, you've given your personal statement, you've given your cover letter. What next? The second step in this process is going to be where the company reaches out to you. Now, say for instance, your application has gotten through the first stage. Now the company will reach out to you. Yes, your first stage is successful. Now it's time for you to give out some tests and interviews that you'll be part of depending on different companies. So you need to give out these tests. They'll decide on a date and time, and then there'll be an interview. Say all this process that you apply for the job has been successfully completed. What happens now? You let the company know beforehand that yes, you are looking for the skilled worker visa because you do not have the work permit in the UK, so you will need it. So when you let the company know, they keep that in mind, and if they are ready to sponsor you, they will let you know that yes, we will sponsor your visa while you're in the UK, or even if you're applying from outside of the UK, say India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Philippines, wherever you are, or the US. So wherever it is that you are, you will need this visa, and you let the employer know. Now your interview is done. Now your everything has been done, and the application is successful. The company agrees to sponsor you. This is the stage where you actually get the certificate of sponsorship. This is the letter that will have all the details regarding your employment. What's your salary? What's your occupation code? The duration of your work time in the company, what's your job role, and things like these will all be on this letter of sponsorship or the certificate of sponsorship. When you apply to embassy for your work permit, you will need this letter. So keep in mind, if anyone ever tells you that I can find you a job and I can help you find a sponsorship, pay me so and so amount, it doesn't work like that. You need that letter. So if you don't have that letter and somebody is charging you money to give you a job, just say a big no unless you have that letter with you. Obviously, after you successfully complete the application. Now that we've understood the very basic structure of how to apply to a job, how to apply for a job, and how we get the sponsorship from the company, it's important to apply to the company that has the sponsorship license. What happens next? Basically, after you've succeeded with an application, you apply for your visa. You can apply for the visa while you're in the UK on a different visa. For instance, if you're on a student visa, you can switch to a tier 2 visa. If you're on a startup visa, you can switch to tier 2 visa. And then various other visas that come into the picture when you're switching. Not all visas, and definitely not visitor visa. So when you apply for your visa to the embassy, that's when you need all these documents. What all documents do you need? It really makes a difference if you're applying from within the UK or outside of the UK. If you're a student who's applying, or if you are, say, a dependent who's applying, who wants to come here on the tier 2 visa, on the skilled worker visa. So when you do apply for the skilled worker visa, some of the important documents are certificate of sponsorship. I cannot emphasize enough on this one. Proof of your English language. So like I said, if you're a student, then you do not need English language proof because you have graduated from an English speaking university, so where the official language is English. So now that's done with. You do not need to give like an IELTS or say an SELT or whatever different English exams there are. So you can now simply prove your English language proficiency through your degree. Then some of the other documents that you will be needing, say if you're coming from the industry of health education, then you would need a criminal certificate that has done all your background checks. So this is one of the documents that you will need. Then if you're applying from outside of the UK, then you have to show a certain amount of personal savings. How much? It depends. I will still put that in the caption below. So these are certain things that you will need when you're applying for your visa. So you need to be very careful about the documents, because once you have received your sponsorship, your application will now go to the Home Office, and the Home Office is really looking to find out that all your documents are legit. A lot of students, a lot of people, a lot of applicants have the question, how much time does it take? Well, if you're applying from within the UK, it may take up to 3 weeks. But if you're applying from outside of the UK, then your application can take longer, say 8 weeks, or anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks, depending on when you clear the interview and when you apply for your application. Another thing that a lot of people question is, can I do any work outside of this visa permit? Well, yes, you can. The answer to this is yes. So for instance, if you have an occupation code, if you have a sponsor, and now you're working in a company, you're here on tier 2 visa, on the skilled worker visa, and you now want to work more hours. You were entitled to say 35 hours, you want to work say plus 10 hours, 15 hours. But if you're working in a different industry, if you have a different occupation code, then you will have to apply for a visa for that as well. It's a different visa. It's an updation to your current skilled worker visa. So if you do end up working on a different job role, which can only be up to 20 hours, it's important to keep in mind that you make sure that you apply for an updation of the visa and the Home Office knows about it. Because if you don't let the Home Office know that you have been working more than your given number of hours and in a different occupation code, then that can be troublesome for you. Well, to summarize this video, and I've kept it very short, very precise. To summarize, all you need and how to apply to skilled worker visa is find a job with a company who has a licensed sponsor. And then when you find a job, apply for that job with an up-to-date CV with proper skills written in it, tailored to the job role, a cover letter and a personal statement. Once you've done that, once you finish all the rounds of the company, like interviews and tests and other kinds of interviews that they do, once you finish that, your application is successful. Now the company will be able to sponsor you. When they're able to sponsor you, they should be able to give you a certificate of sponsorship. When you do have the certificate of sponsorship, it's time to apply to the Home Office. When you do apply to the Home Office, you wait for a response from the Home Office. And if everything goes well, if all your documents are right in order, and if they're all submitted rightfully, then there shouldn't be any problem, and you should be able to work in the UK or travel to work in the UK very soon. If you have any other questions which I haven't covered in this video, please feel free to comment below, and I will try to answer all those questions through comments or through another video, or maybe a live sometime this week or next week, because my priority is to be able to help you out and to give as much information as possible. And if there are other questions that you need answered very quick, you can always DM me on Instagram. It's at AVIKA Limited. I'm going to tag everything. I'm going to mention everything in the caption below. All the websites where you can apply for jobs, all the websites related to your sponsorship, to visa, to applying from within the UK and outside of the UK, and other important stuff. Okay then, also I would like to mention that I do take in-person one-to-one calls with applicants, students, applicants from outside of the UK, or students who want to study in the UK and then are looking for a future plan as to what they can do afterwards. So you can go on my Instagram page at AVIKA Limited. From the book now option on the profile, you can book a call, and I will get in touch with you very soon. You have slots there available. You can pick a slot, and if you think you want the call to be scheduled a little earlier, you can always let me know in the DMs. But yeah, so these videos on the end of it, you can always get in touch with me personally and speak about what it is that is troubling you or any doubts that you have. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you, and if you have any questions, once again, leave them in the comments. I will answer them for you. This is a very simple way, and I've put it in a very simple manner for you to understand how to apply for a skilled worker visa if you're within the UK or outside of the UK. It's as simple as it sounds. Definitely the process is tiresome, but that's how anything else is if you want something really bad. Thank you again. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel because it helps me. It kind of motivates me to do more and do better. And if you like the video, do please like the video and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. I do like very short videos over there about a lot of different stuff: how to build a CV, things to do, not to do, life in UK, different kind of visas, and a lot of important information. Thank you once again, and take good care of yourself, and hopefully the next video will be out next week. Topic will be out on the Instagram page. See ya.